Okay, we are back with Anthony. Where is Anthony? Come on, Anthony, come out. Silly boy. It's April Fool's Day. April 1st. The contest ended yesterday. So, Anthony will help pick the winner.
We already did the contest, April Fool's.
Show people your shirt. Who made the shirt?
My mom made this.
It's what is it?
A creeper from Minecraft.
You didn't help?
Well, no.
Did you pick out the color? Or did you pick out the design? Did everybody make a
Yeah,
creeper
everybody made a
t-shirt?
creeper.
It was a birthday party that Anthony attended last weekend. Or 2 weeks ago.
No,
Okay,
a
so
weekend ago.
yeah, so I cut up all the names and folded up. Anthony insisted I fold it up and put it in this box. Are you ready? Good luck to the winner. Cougar Comics
What?
is the winner. Congratulations to Cougar for entering the contest. Anthony, say goodbye. Peace.
That's the end of the comic
Contest. We will have another one hopefully by Christmas when Daddy reach 1,000.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Anything could happen.
Anything can happen.
You
You're
can
right.
go back to 0.
Oh, the truth hurts. Okay. Peace. Thank you for entering the contest, and I will contact Cougar to ship the folder. Bye. Okay, here's the answer to the question to the contest, and thank you everyone for participating. I did not anticipate so many great questions and so many entry. Let's see if I can rattle through as many questions as I can in half an hour. Okay, comic hoarder. Top 5 or 10 favorite film. Very difficult to answer because I love films. But I will tell you, top of my head, sci-fi, horror, Alien, and Aliens. Oh, those two. So it's awesome movie. Science fiction, sci-fi, throw in the Wrath of Khan, Empire Strikes Back, two of my favorite, as well as Blade Runner. Comic book. Ready? Iron Man. The first Iron Man, Blade, and Blade 2, top 3. Yes, that's above the Dark Knight. But I throw in Dark Knight as top 4. As far as the rest, of the movies, there's just so many, but Shawshank Redemption is one of my favorite human drama movie of all time. One movie that may not be great, may not be well known at all, not even the top 100 of most people, but it have a special meaning to me, and for those that know my life story, they may understand why this movie means a lot to me. And look it up, watch it, try not to cry. But Running on Empty with River Phoenix, the late great River Phoenix, with Judge Hirsch. Oh, that movie tugged at my heart big time. Okay, let's jump to Scott 1307. Great bunch of questions. Oh, what do you think is a better long-term investment? Equity, all the way. I can't say enough about how much I am a big fan of long-term equity over everything else. What change would you recommend on our education system? High school. I wish we could change everything, but if it's anything I want to change the most is high school, because one of the worst failure right now in our high school system is all the counseling that's going on with people pushing to go to college. That's not for everyone. I'm a proponent that, you know, not enough attention are paid to advising young adult in making the right career choices. Going to college, wasting 40, 50, 60,000 is not the answer. There are many ways to have a career, a respectable career, to have a happy career without the need to get a 4 years education. Okay? I'm not saying don't do it, but I highly recommend the 17, 18-year-old kids out there, and whenever I meet them, I always tell them, going to college is not a foregone conclusion, even if you are smart. Okay? Yeah. Don Comic Book Junkie question: how much do you hate the daily summer hurricane we deal with? You know, I moved here in 2004 after the big hurricane that we had in 2003. And to be honest, I don't mind at all, especially down here in Sarasota. We have never had any bad storm or any evacuation, anything like that. We have some tropical storm here and there, but I don't mind at all. It's a trade-off. One reason why I live on the west coast of Florida instead of the other side is we are shielded from most of the storm. Next up, Kingpin. And what part or person of World War II history do you find most interesting, and why? The Battle of Stalingrad. I'm a fanatical historian for that battle because that is a turning point. It's the most horrific, craziest battle that turned the tide. Okay, I mean, I can't watch enough footage, documentaries on the Battle of Stalingrad where the Russian army threw everything they could at the German army at Stalingrad, stood ground, and finally forced the retreat of the German army. But to me, that is the greatest battle of World War II that I would love to see a major series. When you look at TV like Bands of Brothers, The Pacific, it's just a wonderful movies on. They are movies, but made for TV. That span over many hours, and I think the Battle of Stalingrad cannot be depicted well with just a movie or two movies. It needs to be depicted over a series, dozens, if not 20 hours worth, because that battle lasts for many weeks with many human drama. So, the Battle of Stalingrad. What's my dream job and why? Believe it or not, a screenwriter for a movie. I have been. My weakest skills is writing, and I have so many good ideas in my head as far as potential for script and stuff like that. And I just wish I can be a screenwriter to put out some awesome movies. Next up, Showman 88. If you could invent any gadget, regardless of whether the technology is available or not, what would it be? Yeah. Actually, I had this for. This is stupid and silly, okay? But I love to cook, and one of my most annoying pet peeve in working in the kitchen is peeling eggshell. I wish someone would come up with a device, or if I can invent one, where you can boil an egg and take that egg, put it in that device, and squirt on the other end, and the egg or the shell. If something like that already exists, let me know, okay? Because I would love to have that. I would love to invent something like that, because I'm tired of getting the shell off the eggs. Pain in the butt. Dakin Howlett asks, who is Dina? I don't know. That question stumped me from the day I saw that question. Who is Dina? I don't know any Dina. Next up, Steven. What movie or TV show would you actually like to live in? Oh, TV show. Taxi, my favorite. I would love to be a taxi driver in that. If those people actually exist in real life, I would love to be living in the late 70s and early 80s. And plus, if I can live in that time frame, the comic books. Oh, Bronx Age comics, sweetness. As far as movie, if I can live in a movie, I would say bring me to Star Trek. Okay, I would love to live in that world, the Star Trek world, more so than any other science fiction's future kind of environment. Star Trek. Tylox, is there something in your life you really wanted to do but have never got around to do it? Roller blading, okay? I stunk. I'm not very athletics, and I'm worse with any kind of athletic thing that require me to balance my using my feet, like skiing. I tried many times. Oh god, can't do it. Skateboard, couldn't do it. Snowboarding, fun, crash a lot. But whenever I see a person on inline skate, inline skate, that the skate that's in one and goes smoothly and gliding through the park, oh, I wish I can do that. I wish I can strap on some inline skate and just scoot around aimless, easily, like so many people can do, and I cannot do it. I can't even put on rollerblade and not crash. So yes, that's one skill I wish I can do and enjoy, but I can only admire from far away. I just stunk at anything that required balance on my feet and ankles. Kenneth Brown. What do you think are the 3 characteristics that you want to instill in my son, Anthony? That's a tough one, but for sure, don't lie. That's one trait that I cannot stand, and one thing that we constantly remind Anthony all the time. That's number 1, because I told him no matter what you did, it's okay to tell mom and dad. We would be more disappointed or more angry if you lie to us. So whatever happened, it's okay to tell the truth. And we remind him that on the daily, if not weekly basis, if needed, because it's very important in life for me. Honesty, a man's word is everything for me. So my dad passed that on to me, and I certainly want Anthony to have that. As far as 2 other characteristics, something that I don't have, and I hope that he has it, is patient. I wish I'm a more patient person, but I'm not. And so far, Anthony, unfortunately, is inherit my impatient gene. So if I could somehow instill in him to be more patient with life, with everything, that would be awesome. And lastly, don't steal. Okay, I don't want him to be lying and stealing. Okay, that I just That's just unacceptable in any fashion for me. I don't steal. Well, like I said, I'm guilty of shoplift a comic book here and there. But other than that, I would hope that he would have the right mindset to know that stealing is wrong. Next up, Chris Holden. Oh, picking up chicks. This is a tough question. In my younger days, in my single days, and in the days where I used to go to bars and clubs with my male friends, I don't really have a game. I don't have a pickup line. What I do is we scope out the ladies, and if we see a lady or a group of girls that look interesting that we want to be hanging out with that night, what I would do is I watch how much, if they need a refill of their drink, because that's, to me, is the easiest way to approach them. Is if you have a group of girls and look like one or two or most of them are near empty, it's easy for me to go over there and say, is it okay if my friend and I buy you a round of drinks, and start the conversation there. That's it. I have no other lines, but I've done that quite a few times where we go someplace and we see a girl or multiple girls in a group. So just watch for when they need a refill or close to it, and walk up there and say, "Hi, can I buy you ladies a round of drinks?" and start the conversation there. If they say yes, it's easy to have small talk, okay? And most of the time it's yes, okay? If you ask nicely, and plus I dress nicely back in those old days, not like this. Plus I cut my hair, all that stuff. Cologne, that helps. Okay. Next up, Cougar Comics. Would you want to start a grading company with you? I would. But set up and I will go work with you. I have nothing else better to do. Ooh, favorite band. Liking the cover 4963. Favorite band. Oh, tough one. Oh gosh, that's a toughie. I can tell you, I like music of all ages, okay? I don't buy that many CDs anymore. I listen to everything from classical to rap to pop rock to country. I like everything, okay? My taste is very diverse, and but if I had to, fall back to like what's my favorite band, it would have to be Pink Floyd. I listen to their music to death. But I love Pink Floyd. Absolutely love Pink Floyd. I love Pink Floyd. I love U2. Love U2. I love Pink Floyd during my high school and college years, and then my college years as well as post college was U2. But then I also love many of the new music of the 80s. Punk, Clash. Who doesn't love the Clash? The Ramones. Like I said, it is too many to name, to be honest. But if I had to pick my absolutely favorite, it would have to be U2 and Pink Floyd, because I think I own. At one point, I bought everything that they made. Sure, there's other band that I have a few records or LP or DVD or CDs here and there, but I don't buy everything. I have a few Black Sabbath, a few Iron Maiden. As I said, I like everything. Iron Maiden, Run to the Hill, yeah. Do you have a hidden talent? If you watch my personal video, you would know what that is, Hero Hunter. I am very good at the violin. I don't play that anymore, but I used to be pretty darn good with the violin. Half man, half amazing, Caesar. Where was Anthony conceived? It was in Florida. What do you do for a living? I am what they call, well, there's many terms to describe this, but I am what they call a forensic accountant. I am an expert in security litigation. I testify as an expert in stock market related lawsuits. In fact, today is for this week, just before I make this video, I was in for 2 straight days. I was testifying as an expert. I spent almost 6 hours on the stand. That's why my voice is kind of raspy, because I was talking nonstop for 6 hours. Brutal. I despise that. It pays well as an expert, but the flip side is you had to put up with a lot of cross-examinations from the opposing counsels. But I am involved in a lot of stock market related lawsuits. Sandman Logan 5, John. Your absolute favorite dish. It's a Vietnamese dish. It's called pho. It's beef noodle soup. I have eat that once a week as long as I can remember. I crave that. I can eat that literally weekly, if not daily. Maybe not daily, but I would miss it if I don't have it at least once a week. And I do eat that once a week, and once in a while we cook it at home, and then I will eat it like daily, sometimes twice a day. So pho, Pho, the ultimate Vietnamese food. Yeah. Clouded Journey. If you had $100,000 to blow in a day, and you have nothing to show for after the day was over, what would you do with it? Assuming that this would fit the answer, I would fly my entire family, all 17 of us. That's all my siblings, their spouse and kids, my parents, all 17 of us. It's 18 now. All 18 of us to Hawaii to have, a weekend together where we can rent a nice mansion on the beach and just chill out as a family. That's how I would spend that money. Hopefully that fit the answer. Okay, next up is Alariachi. Alariachi? What was the most beautiful place in the world you ever visited? Indonesia. Indonesia is very beautiful. I have never seen such beautiful ocean. Oh my goodness, gorgeous. If you can go to Indonesia, well, I'm not sure if it's the most beautiful place in the world, but as far as your question is concerned, that is my favorite and most beautiful place in the world. Indonesia. Captain Kamen. What's my favorite barbecue food meat? Baby back rib. Perfect side dish? Ooh. I go with potato salad. You know why? I like baked bean, but with the barbecue, it's already sweet. I prefer to have a dish that's like a potato salad that kind of cut through the sweetness of the barbecue. So if I have an answer, I said potato salad with a lot of mustard. Brent Keller, what's your favorite kind of cake? A mound cake. There's a restaurant here that make a cake that my family and I love, and we buy this cake to give to friends on special occasion all the time. In fact, we just had one last weekend. It was a friend's birthday, so we bought it and we gave it to him, and we had to had a couple of slices myself. But it's a called Mound. It's in that candy bar Mound. It's a beautiful, very moist chocolate cake, but very light. But it has layer of shredded coconut, like the Mound candy bar. So I'm a big fan of coconut and chocolate, so my favorite. Chad, what's the best stock to invest right now? Oh, tough one. Long term, my top pick would be Fox. I love Disney, but Disney is pretty pricey, and it's not bad to own Disney with so many movies in the pipe. But Fox, don't forget, Fox is pretty darn good with content. You know, to me, content is king. And for many years, you will see Fox have a lot coming in. Okay, you have Fox can do a lot with the Deadpool, the X-Men, and if the Fantastic Four movie somehow hit the right chord, it could be a huge franchise for them. On top of that, don't forget, in the next 5 years, you can have 3 Avatar movies. So there's a lot going on with Fox on top of all the TV content stuff that they have. So to me, content is king. You know, as far as growth stock, Fox is in my portfolio. Spidey fan 78CT. Name a state or area you think is worth visiting. For me, DC. Okay, my wife had been to DC. I love to go to DC because I would love to visit all the museum and everything. Every time I see, you know, DC in a movie with, you know, the Lincoln statue, the Lincoln Memorial, and everything, I want to go to DC to experience all the historical stuff that this country has to offer. So DC is my choice. Okay. Sleepy Reader 666 Damien. What drew you to Florida? What drew me to Florida? My wife. I met my wife, saw her, and it was an instant. I knew right at that moment I'm selling my condo in Boston and moving to Florida. My wife. Vin Crow. 12,000. No question from Vin Crew. Well, thank you, Mike, for the well wishing. Big Shot. Tough question. Big Shot always has some tough questions. Oh God, You Devil, the movie. Yes, I saw it. I like George Burns. He's a cool cat for being, you know, he's a cool old man. Heck, if I was his age, I wish I was that cool. If you were offered to become the next Billy Wayne, would you accept the deal of fame, rich, and rock legendary? The answer is no. I would not trade an ordinary life, a happy ordinary life, for a life of fame. No, I would not do it. Sarge TD. What does your wife think of your hobby? She actually liked it. She encouraged me to collect. She is a very good grader herself. She's a very good grader. She can spot flaws sometimes better than I can. and she go to convention with me. The last two conventions that I attended, she did attend with me, and she actually wanted to stay longer than I did. I'm the one that say, let's get the heck out of here. I'm annoyed by this crowd. She was not. Four-way flasher. What was the last movie you saw in the theater? Oh yeah, it's the Hobbit, the third part, the final part of the Hobbit. So it's been a while, and I enjoyed the movie. You know, it's closure to the trilogy, and I enjoyed it. But that's the last movie. But summer is here, so you know, it's summertime action blockbuster movie time. So I can't wait. The movie reviews will be coming back. Up All Night Production. No question. Thank you. By the hoary host of Hagath, Brooke from the UK. What is your favorite baseball cap and why? This one, because it's dark red. I have a whole bunch of red one, but some are bright red, but this one is dark red. Yeah. I have a lot of caps. My wife bought me probably 8, if not more, of baseball cap from blue to red. I have a lot of red one. More red than black and blue. Boom City. What is one movie that no matter when it's on, you will stop and watch? Shawshank Redemption. No doubt. Not even a question. I will stop and watch even if it's 2 a.m. No question for it is not 1984, but thank you. No question from Fantastiverse. Hypnomic. No question either. Sushi X. No question either. But thank you. What do you do for a living? Cutman Comics. I am an accountant and I am an expert in security matters. I testify as well as doing all kind of coaching behind the scenes for the attorneys and the client. I am the one that helped them win the case, or at least I think I can. Anthony Garcia. I do not believe there is a question, but let me make sure. Oh, here's a question. When Anthony is a grown man with a family of his own, what do you hope his answer is when asked him what's the best memory of you when he was growing up? I hope the answer is not there yet. I hope the best is yet to come for Anthony. But you know, there are just too many. Personally, he has to be the one that answer that question. You know, because for me, I don't know what would be the most memorable moment with Anthony. Certainly, when he was born was just the best day of my life. But hopefully, down the road, as he get older, we will have more awesome, great moments ahead of us, so that he will look back on his wedding day or something and tell me that was a great moment between Dad and me. Do you have any pets? None. I love cats. Love cats. Love cats. But I don't have cats. Someday. When Anthony is older and I'm lonely, maybe I get myself a couple kitty cats. My wife is not big on pets, that's why we don't have it. But I think Anthony and I would love to have a cat someday. Mike Smith. What is a romantic evening for me? Most likely me cooking dinner for the wife and watch a good movie on Netflix. I like to cook. I enjoy to cook. And I'm annoyed going to a fancy restaurant and wait half an hour or 45 minutes for the entree to come out, so I prefer to cook my own romantic meal myself. But that would be a nice romantic evening for me. It's just me and the wife. I cook a nice dinner and we watch a movie. Windy City comic books. What else have I collected? Stamps. I collected stamps in my younger days, but that's it really. Other things I may dabble in, like baseball card or whatever that, but that was very minimal, very minimal. I wouldn't call it collecting, but stamp was something that I really passionate about for a couple of years. Carnage Man 99. Oh, tough question, my friend. A good one though. When do you think the barrel of oil is going to rise more than $40 per barrel? It already has. And when that happens, will that crash the US dollar compared to euros, Canada, and Australian dollars? Oil is around 50 or so at this point, and if your question is this gonna rise 40 more dollars, which is like $90 per barrel, I think that's gonna be a long way away. I really don't think we're gonna see $90 oil this year. Okay, and I think the dollar is gonna stay strong, to be honest with you. I think because all the majority of the foreign nation is doing their QE to help the economy, so they are devaluing their currency to prop up their economy, and by doing so it kind of make our dollar stronger regardless of what we try to do. So I don't think it will crash the dollar. I think the dollar will stay strong for quite some time. I don't foresee any crashing of the dollar against other major currency. Okay, none. I'm not worried about that at all. I could be wrong. Why I stay up? Once again, what's my favorite movie? Hard to say, and I have answered that before. As far as some of my top choices, from Shawshank Redemption to Aliens. Something I may have not say is sometimes even my favorite movie is not something I can watch more than once. Okay, some movies are so powerful, so good, but also so the impact is so much on me that I don't want to see again. Is say something like Saving Private Ryan. Saving Private Ryan is one of the greatest war movie for me. But that movie, the last half an hour was so painful for me to watch the first time that I could not sit through it the second time. I have watched it many other times after that, but I skipped the last half an hour because I just couldn't deal. I don't want to deal with the emotional impact of the last half hour of that movie because it was just too much for me. But I still love that movie very much. Great movie. I did it. I went through all the questions. Thank you. until next contest.